It's next my great pleasure to introduce another dear friend of mine and my colleague, who's now Chief Scientist for ESRI. She is a distinguished geographer, oceanographer, professor at Oregon State, tenured professor, I'm told. Where is she? Dawn Wright, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thank you, Jack. Thank you very much, Jack. I think we can all agree that education is the key to a brighter future. It creates opportunities for people at all ages to shine, at all stages of personal and professional development. Geospatial education, and within that the ability to think spatially, is one of the most powerful ways of making sense of the world. A new science known as neurogeography is helping us to understand how people are able to reason spatially and how best to help them gain the higher order cognitive processes needed to manipulate, to interpret, to explain information, to discern geographic patterns, to solve geographic problems, and to make important decisions at geographic scales. As Professor Amy Lobin of the University of Oregon describes it, neurogeographers are constantly scanning people's brains while they look at maps. One hypothesis is that certain areas of the brain become more stimulated as a result, helping us with many other mental activities. Spatial thinking is still not well understood, and is thus a rich area of research within the science of where. We do know that spatial thinking, spatial reasoning, and spatial literacy are critically important for enabling innovation and transformation in our society. So we need these to be part of our future workforce. Will future generations, in fact, be spatially literate? And what role can you play in this? All this demands that we rethink the role of education in our lives. Learning can become an entire way of life rather than just a prelude to adulthood. And the good news is the great work that you do every day can play a role. With so many options, both formal and informal, that don't need to take up huge chunks of your time. So what are some of the ways that you can get involved in lifelong learning? Well, you can try a MOOC, a massive open online course. For instance, you can choose from one of the great titles on the screen. And coming in November, Cartography, period. These are 4 to 6 week long courses, offered for free at multiple times during the year, available to anyone interested in GIS, and with no constraints on attendance. There are also dozens of shorter, hands-on, independent, and free activities within the world of Learn ArcGIS, and of course within your ArcGIS book. In higher education, the science of learning is showing us that the best approaches, especially for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and that includes geography and GIS, involve project-based learning. And there's new digital curricula that are leading to some great advances in teaching. For example, college students are learning modern workflows and technologies using new interactive digital textbooks. Textbooks that they carry around on their phones instead of in their backpacks. Jupyter Notebooks, powered by the ArcGIS API for Python, enable students to explore and experiment, to innovate with live code, with visualizations and equations added to their GIS work, expanding GIS into new fields. So how can you get involved here? You can share your data with a college or university. Consider using ArcGIS Open Data and ArcGIS Hub, which provide powerful new frameworks for effective and open science. Student work is the foundation of the new science that is yet to come, and you can enable project-based learning every time you publish your data. Or you can expose students to other exciting data sets, such as the ecological marine units, the world's first global ecosystem map of all of the oceans, from the sea surface down to the sea floor, and completely in 3D. Researchers are diving into this map with enthusiasm, but we need educators to help us open up a world of possibilities to students by using the new EMU Explorer apps that were designed with classrooms in mind. In schools, the best approaches are similar, even for these very young learners. Engaging deeply in their own exploration, investigating questions of personal interest to them. Students can gather and analyze their own data on the way to forming solutions. And to help educators build their own capacity while meeting school requirements, Esri has crafted over 100 geo-inquiries, short, focused activities with pre-built maps in ArcGIS Online. And with these, teachers can guide students through classroom content along with questions, exposing patterns and relationships across layers of data, preparing students for diving into their own projects. Again, how can you be involved? Well, you can introduce an educator to ArcGIS Online with geo-inquiries. Or you can become a geo-mentor as part of this new Esri AAG joint initiative. And you can show a story map or ArcGIS Pro to a student. Coach them on how to do a project and how to present that project to others.